Hey, come closer for a second. I want to talk to you the way someone talks after living with the Hisense U8 day after day, because once this screen becomes part of your routine, you start expecting more from every frame you see. This TV is for the person who refuses to pretend that average is fine. Someone who sees a highlight burst and knows it should be brighter. Someone who plays fast games and knows motion should stay razor clean. Someone who believes their setup should feel like an extension of their standards. If that's you, you'll feel at home with this upgrade instantly. Before we get too far, take a second and check the current price in stock. Models with this kind of power don't stay predictable. You probably arrived here because your old display finally exposed its limits. Maybe HDR felt muted. Maybe daytime glare washed out everything. Maybe your gaming sessions just felt constrained, like the screen wasn't letting the hardware breathe. There's a moment where you realize you've outgrown good enough, and once that thought hits, you can't go back. The first night with the Hisense U8 flips a switch inside you. Mini-LED control with thousands of local dimming zones creates depth you've never seen on a screen this size. Blacks settle in with a kind of precision that feels intentional. And when the highlights blast up to 5,000 nits, you don't just see the brightness, you feel the energy behind it. Native 165 Hz motion makes everything glide. VR288 keeps even wild action sequences locked in without tearing or hesitation. Daily use seals the deal. Gaming feels like a different universe because shadows stay detailed and bright flashes don't smear. Watching movies becomes more immersive because HDR10 Plus and Dolby formats bring textures forward you never noticed before. Even scrolling through apps or jumping between inputs feels faster, cleaner, more premium. If you haven't checked stock again, do it now. Price swings on this line can happen without warning, and delaying sometimes means missing the window where the upgrade actually makes sense. And if you're hesitating, wondering if the brightness is too much, or if you really need a screen with this level of control, here's the thing, every time you compare it to something dimmer or slower, you feel the pull back to this one. Because this is the level you've been imagining for your room. Anything lesser feels like stepping backward. The surprise benefit for me was the refinement in mid-brightness scenes. Not the big cinematic moments, the subtle ones. The U8 handles gradients and skin tones with this gentle accuracy that makes everyday content feel elevated without screaming for attention. And owning it gives you a different kind of pride. You sit down, the screen ignites with that bold, controlled punch, and you feel like someone who chooses equipment that elevates their environment. It changes your relationship with the room. It changes the way you consume everything. A picture that feels alive from edge to edge, brightness that dominates any lighting motion so fluid it becomes part of your instinct, contrast that pulls you deeper into every scene, responsiveness that keeps pace with your rhythm. The only downsides are that you'll probably want to pair it with better sound to match the visual power, and the brightness might make you consider curtains if your room has harsh sunlight. But those aren't problems, they're signs of a serious display. Eventually, you stop comparing. You stop circling specs. You stop delaying the upgrade you've been thinking about for months. If the Hisense U8 is already planted in your mind, check the price now and make your move while it's still available.